Cuba will hold historic referendum on same-sex marriage and adoption in September. On Friday, Cuba's National Assembly approved an update to their family laws, which include greater protection for women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights, and children. The new laws include the extension of marriage to same-sex couples and allow individuals other than a child's biological mothers and fathers to be recognized as parents. In 2019, Cubans voted on a new constitution that bans discrimination based on gender, but marriage protections were removed before the vote. The vote is scheduled for September 25th, and at least 50% of the Cuban population will have to vote for the referendum for it to pass.
Wow, I can't believe that countries like Cuba are going forward. Right? And like now we're looking to Cuba, it's like, wow, we wish we were there. How does that happen? How did that happen, folks? Please explain that to me.
That's on point.
You said what I was thinking.
Dios mío,
hey,
Al.
we're wishing we were in Havana.
We're only 90 miles away.
Yeah, I wonder what their black Supreme Court justice married to a white woman is saying in Havana tonight.
It really, but your point is, I mean, that says it all. I mean, really, what else is to say?
Like, I'm happy for them and I'm happy for our Cuban brothers and sisters.
Oh,
but
yay
like,
for them.
wow.
I would be, I mean, to me, this is all propaganda. I mean, just.
Oh, now explain. Why do you think that is?
I do think that this kind of movement, and I think I mentioned this before in another show, we talked about Cuba before. You know, Cubans are fighting for their freedom, and if they go out to protest, they get arrested, like last year, in July of last year. So for them to just pass this, just to appear to be socially progressive to the eyes of the world, while their opposition and their activists are being arrested in Cuba, to me is just like, yeah, I wish it was true. I wish that our brothers and sisters in Cuba have the same gays, lesbians, transgender, all of them in Cuba have the same rights that we have here.
For now.
But I wish that, for now. But I wish that their people in general, the large, society at large, have the same rights that we have here, and they are crashing that. So to me, it's like a backhanded.
Dino, let me just for clarity, because I understand exactly what you just said. Cuba has a repression, authoritarian-controlled government and military system in Cuba, acknowledged. But it seems to me this issue doesn't have anything to do with that. And the reason I ask you this, in terms of the point that you just made, is this isn't the National Congress making this decision. This isn't the president for political points, whatever he thinks he would get around the world. This is, we're putting in front of the populace of Cuba to vote in September, and it must be 50%. Would you accept a man and a man being married? Would you accept a man and a man adopting a child? That's the majority of the people of Cuba. It is a, God forbid, and I know Marco Rubio's head's getting ready to explode, but Cuba is doing a democratic vote on what the people of Cuba think about gay marriage and gay adoption. Why isn't that in and of itself?
I wish they do the same. The voting, the electoral body does the same when they submit.
You're conflating two different issues.
But
I agree with you.
Right, but
I agree they're authoritarian. But set the authoritarian issue aside. That has
it's propaganda. This is, to me, it's propaganda. It's to appear to the world like, yes, look, we're giving them the right to vote. Well, let's give them the right to vote for who they want them to be their president.
Why can't it be acceptable that the people of Cuba get to decide what they think about gay marriage and gay adoption? And in and of itself, that is desirable. Why must it be, no, we're going to reject that because it's not everything?
Could it be a first step?
No, because I think that they would rather vote for their freedom first. I mean, to be honest, I mean, I'm not Cuban and I don't live there, okay, but freedom comes first. I mean, the fact that you could marry your wife or your...
It doesn't work that way in Venezuela. They're both authoritarian regimes. It doesn't work that way in Iran. It doesn't work that way anymore in Russia. Those are facts. You're absolutely right. It is terrible. But in this instance, the majority of Cubans are getting ready to make the decision of whether they want to accept gay marriage.
Again, I have
Well,
nothing
let me
against
flip it. Let me do it in a different way. Would you say, no, cancel September 25th, don't let them vote?
No, I'm not saying that, but I will say if you want to be send
They
a
don't
message.
want to. They don't care. Cuba has never cared about this. The Castro family, Castro, I've been involved in this for a long, long time in Cuba. They do not care. They're Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump on steroids. They do not care about that. That's why the embargo has never worked. They don't care. Venezuela does not care. Chavez never cared in Venezuela. And for us to approach it from the standpoint, I'm just asking.
I'm telling you.
How did
I'm telling you.
Okay.
You keep asking me, I keep telling you.
Okay.
But you have to also look from my point of view. I come from a country that basically is been going through the same process that they have been going through for the last 62 years. And if you look into the Venezuelan situation right now, they're also trying to pass this, protective measures for the gay community. But the gays go out and protest and they get arrested, political prisoners. And then they are arrested months and months. So this is for them to appear to the world that they've been opening their policies and, by giving them rights to the population. It's propaganda.
I mean, I've heard propaganda. Let me ask it in a different way. I'm just challenging. You and I we're friends, so I'm challenging.
They slept together twice.
So,
really,
I had to break it, man. I had to break it up.
So if they go out and vote for gay marriage on September 25th, and the majority of residents in Cuba vote for it and gay adoption, the next day we're going to go and we'll agree with Marco Rubio. We hate Cuba leadership, the military, the politics, but we got gay marriage. Would that be sufficient for you in terms of what you're saying? It's completely propaganda, but we're glad we got gay marriage.
I'm all for what the people choose. I mean, even for the Cuban people to choose, I'm all for that. Yeah. I'm all for, giving them the right to vote. But the right to vote means the right to vote. It's not just you don't pick and choose what you get to vote for.
That's a little bit different than how you started, because I do see that point.
Okay, are you girls done?
You guys want a private room?
We're passionate about Cuba and gay rights.
I want to make sure.
Right.
Okay.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.